Music?
Hello.
Hello.
There is a lot has happened.
Yeah, the weekend has been
So
eventful, hasn't it?
so let's save the big stuff for a little later because you know we'll get to
Yeah,
that. So before
the
that,
explosive news.
yes, before that, uh, what the fuck? Oh, hold on, my workspace is set wrong. Hold on, give me a sec. Uh, Before that,
Yeah.
I have some very interesting news regarding um the Pope. Well, actually, it's not even technically the Pope, but so
I think I know what you mean.
so recently, the Pope has come out and said
Wait, what?
that uh priests should not use ChatGPT to write their, I think it's called homilus, is that what it's called? I don't know
No
I
idea.
think that's what it's called. It's like so this is, if you don't know, and apparently I may not know because I think that's the name. It was something like that. Basically, what it is, it's as a priest, you sit down, you basically ask God for His word, and then you tell the other people in your church or whatever, right? What he
Yeah.
said to you. That's what I understand from this. And now priests have used ChatGPT to write that.
Very religious.
So,
AI.
so look, if God exists, I want to doubt that he would use ChatGPT to communicate.
Yes.
Like, isn't the whole point of this thing that he speaks to you?
Yes. But, this day and age, I mean, look, mega churches in the US,
Yeah.
those are places where you literally have just a lot of people, instead of having a bunch of smaller local churches, so you just have one massive one where a lot of money gets wasted basically on fancy shit that if you are truly religious, like if you were to follow, this is the case with Christianity, if you were to follow what the Bible actually says, it wouldn't be all that necessary.
So you're talking about Catholics right now.
Yeah. Protestants are a little bit more like, do we really need this fancy stuff to pray?
Yeah, well,
Do we really need all this gold and everything instead, if instead we can just do it? Just follow what the book says.
yeah, but that's not really what this is about, though. Because I feel you can
No,
have ChatGPT. Like, I mean, I still feel like you should just write it yourself. But you can, I feel like you can have ChatGPT write like scripture, like education, or whatever, right? Like something about the scripture, because that's like, you know, that's already written, right? But with
yeah,
something, or with like a ritual, I don't know if ritual is the right word, but like, a thing where it's, about something that is not in the scripture but directly from God, that kind of defeats the point then.
yeah,
If
yeah.
ChatGPT is involved, like,
Like, Last time I checked, ChatGPT wasn't God.
No. Well, I think there are people that believe it's demonic, but
Yeah. I mean, it does like to give misinformation.
mm, yeah, if it's provided with that, yeah.
Well, I mean, Google AI is different than ChatGPT, of course.
Yeah, well, yeah, massively.
Yeah, but it does show that AI, even when provided with multiple correct sources, it can still somehow string them together in an incorrect way. To where it tries to form a proper answer, but just takes the bits out of it that and glues them back together in such a way. Like, this is why I never trust the AI overview.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at anything, because 9 times out of 10 it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Like, the only time I trusted it was when I was specifically, I think I was looking for, I'm not sure, I think I was looking for like the maximum amount, the maximum speed limits and how much you're allowed to go over before getting a ticket, which is 3 kilometers per hour, by the way.
Is it 3? I thought it was 7.
It's on top of the 4 kilometers per hour you get as like a deviation on your instrument
Okay,
cluster.
so it is
Because
7.
even if it says you're doing 80, your GPS speed will be different. So it technically is a maximum of 7. Or 3 plus the deviation that you are aware of. Because I know that if I do 100 on my, if my little screen says 100, then I'm actually doing 95. So I'm allowed to do 105, then I'm doing 100. Which then means I'm allowed to do 108, and then I'm doing 103.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if I go 109, then I'll get fined for going 1 kilometer per hour over. I also saw a police car on my way to work. I saw a police car by the side of the road. Hazard lights on. I was like, what is he doing? Then I looked inside while driving past. This was basically an overpass on a a little bit busier road. Almost a highway, but not entirely. He was with a speed camera pointing it to the road.
Right.
He was checking the speed limits. Yeah, while looking at that, I was like, that's when I trusted the AI overview, because the source that it cited was from the actual government website that was right underneath there saying the exact same thing. So I could have just read the first link
Yeah,
and get the correct information.
That's basically what it does, yes.
Yes. Well, it sometimes takes from multiple sources.
Yes.
So the only time you can trust the AI overview if you can read the exact same text below that, meaning the AI overview becomes useless.
Yes.
So yeah, AI overview is useless, and you shouldn't trust AI.
Anyway. There was other news that I wanted to talk about, but now I lost what it was.
Yeah, I have some news to talk about. In Belgium,
What?
I think it was a morgue. I have to look at the translation real quick.
Well, there's also the whole thing between America and Belgium.
Mortuary, yes. Was found in Belgium in an apartment complex.
What?
Yes,
Wait.
and they found out because they saw the people living there walking over the balcony with bodies,
Okay.
and then and apparently they have been going for three. They're on the website. Apparently they had a website. They said they had 3 years experience.
Right. I mean, on the one hand, I guess that makes it better because at least they knew what they were doing. On the other hand, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, they stored them for a ritual,
Wait, what?
Islamic ritual,
Oh.
which, if you're religious in that way, we don't judge. But don't keep your bodies in a mortuary in an apartment complex. The funny shit is, they can continue their work if they get the right, like if they get the right papers from the government. If they get a
Well,
permit
yeah.
for it, they can continue.
Yeah. Of course.
Of course, they'll probably deny it because, nobody in their right mind is going to allow a morgue to happen within an apartment complex. It frightens people.
Oh, look, Jules, even the dead are having trouble finding a house, okay?
They can live in the fridge.
Yeah, in the house, in the apartment.
As long as they pay their rent, then I'm fine with it. Oh wait, they can't because they're dead. I'm not giving up.
They still can if they were
I'm gonna.
important enough and you make a museum out of it.
Yeah. Or you make a deal with the families. Like, I will store the body if you pay me 500 a month to cover his half of the rent. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. No. That is even if we can find a living space. So we all know how the housing market is. Here in the Netherlands, it is literal hell.
It might as well be, yeah.
I mean, I did technically make an account for like social housing within a neighborhood that I live in. Of course, especially on the more popular houses, you are number 700 and something on the list. On the less popular houses, you can easily be number 70. But the longer you're on there, the higher of a place you get. But it's also dependent on if you respond to a bunch of them. It's entirely dependent on your behavior on the platform if you want to actually get a house. I mean, I'm currently just, getting time on that so I can eventually, potentially move there. Rent is often cheaper. Of course, you can't make too much money, otherwise they're saying, "Oh, you're making too much money. You do not get to live here." I think you have to make under 50,000 a year, which I feel like if you play your cards right enough, you can basically pull off what millionaires are doing and basically say that, yeah, I only earned this much this year. Well, in the meantime, you've earned more, but the government can't trace that or can't, doesn't see it as income. I'm sure you can bullshit your way into that.
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember what I wanted to talk about.
What?
uh, something came up. Quite frankly, I don't even know if this is a recent thing or if I only just now found out. Um, Pretty sure it's a recent thing though. So you know how people have been wanting a Bloodborne remake, port, anything, right? And we haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
So it turns out that it's not actually Sony being dumb. So apparently, the people that made the Shadow of the Colossus remake and the Demon Souls remake pitched to make a remake of Bloodborne, and Sony approved it. But From Software themselves asked them not to, and Sony holds full rights to Bloodborne. From Software does not. But Sony probably just wants to keep a good relation with them because, they're kind of a big deal.
Their games do sell.
Yeah, exactly. So, and from an emotional level, it does make sense for Miyazaki to not want to have other people do it because he said multiple times that it's been his favorite project so far. So, yeah, that's apparently that's why we didn't get a remake. To be fair, I don't think a remake would be necessary. Even just a PC port with some slight optimization would just be good enough. But
Yeah.
I do understand.
Also, I hope none of your family members have Odido as a
No, we do. No,
provider
we do not.
because, well, they didn't pay.
What?
They didn't, they had their data
They had a data
breached.
leak, yeah.
Yeah. So then they basically got a choice, either pay up or we leak data, which, in my opinion, if that is,
I mean,
if you have the data and you have the choice of either giving it back or paying rent or asking for ransom, then yeah. However, they didn't pay, so then the data got leaked.
I mean, I do want to say that you should not give in to those things. So
No, because that means they'll just do it again, because they know it works. However, usually if you have a data breach, all you have, like, you aren't really in that big trouble. You just have to say, right, we've had a data breach, security measures need to be taken, and then we'll be all good. Like, you just get an email like, oh no, we had a data breach, we're working on fixing it and increasing our security. But this has become such an issue because turns out they've been keeping the data
yeah,
for
yeah,
way longer
yeah. I
than they
know.
said they were,
I know. Yeah. Yep.
which means that more people are
I
affected.
think the max was up to 2 years, and they had shit from 10 years old.
Yeah, so they were way overdue to delete your data technically.
Yep.
Well, not particularly your data,
Well,
but
not mine, but
there's
other
too much
other
data.
people's.
Actual, but we're talking not the data we're talking about is just phone numbers, like actual, like passport information. It is bad, and somehow they just fuck it up.
Yep.
Like, I get it, data security is a difficult and continuous task
Yep.
because every time you find a new way to protect yourself, a group of hackers will find a new way to hack your shit. That's a fact. However, that doesn't mean that you should stop with that and instead just fuck around, have the data breach, and deal with it later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Companies need to do better.
Well, yeah, but we knew that.
Companies need to do better and be less greedy as well. As companies, I've noticed that more and more over the years, companies have just gotten greedier and greedier. And we apparently are just standing there doing nothing about it, because why would you? Why would you do anything about it if you can
So,
just ignore the problem?
should we move to the
Before
the
before we
news of
do,
the week, I guess.
before we do another U.S. thing, apparently in order to they basically interrogated Hillary Clinton
Oh yeah, I did
regarding
hear about that.
the Epstein files, which seems a bit weird to me.
Well, she was on there apparently.
Was she on there?
Apparently, yeah.
I was unaware she was on the island,
I don't know if she was on the
but
island, but she was mentioned in the files apparently.
yeah, but a Subaru WRX is also mentioned in the files.
Yeah, we're gonna question all of them.
You want to question a car?
Exactly. Oh, hello.
Ah, hello.
I don't even hear the Discord notification. I just see someone appear in the room on my monitor.
Yes. You you want to know even funnier? You want to know funnier shit with this Subaru in the Epstein files?
Hello.
The reason it was mentioned was because they basically said no to it due to it being a manual.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Like, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna take it because it's a manual. That's just weak.
That's just racist. Against a
No,
manual.
it wasn't racing because it was a manual.
But what about Emmanuel?
Well, they didn't want him.
Does he get denied? Did
I don't know,
Carlos
not-
get denied?
I don't know. But I guess we can
Jose
jump over to
jalapeno on a
the.
stick. Anyway,
I guess now that we have 3 here
Yeah.
in total,
yeah.
we can talk about
Well,
the
actually,
explosive
now you know
news
what?
that
Now that
happened.
our Christian is here, let's go back a couple minutes because I think I want to hear your opinion on this.
You better now edit in like a playback thing.
We don't edit these.
Oh.
I think I edited one because there was something on my screen that I forgot to like take off of it, and I didn't want like on the thing because it contained spoilers or something, and I went through the whole episode and blurred it out.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, no, it took like 45 minutes because YouTube's editor fucking sucks.
Then don't use that editor.
Well, it was already
that takes
uploaded, and with
multiple
my Wi-Fi speed, I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, but also with
Yeah,
the
no, that seems fair.
YouTube editor, upload like it then has to re-upload.
No, it just has to re-render.
Sort of has. Yeah, re-render, but that takes forever.
Yeah, it took a while, but you know, whatever.
Like it takes multiple hours
But anyway,
to render.
anyway, no, Joran, have you seen what the Pope has said?
No.
No? What a
I do
surprise.
not follow the Pope.
Well, the Pope made a pretty good point. Apparently, I'm sure you can actually not butcher the name like I probably did. Apparently, there's priests that write their something. Using
You
ChatGPT.
can edit the spelling. You can edit the
I'll look
spelling
up what
onto
it's
the.
called. Look up. Hold on.
Wait, how do you write that?
Homily.
Homily?
Homily. I think. Yeah. It is homily. Yeah.
I have no clue what it is.
Okay, it's a Catholic thing apparently, but what it is the priest sits down, asks God for his word.
It's a lecture.
Yeah, no, but it's more than that. It's that they sit down because the Catholics focus a lot on the literal Bible, right? Like they like memorize a bunch of prayers and stuff. But they do also have this.
Yes.
And what this is apparently is that the priest sits down, asks God for his word, and then he goes to church and tells people about the word, right? Apparently there's now priests, and considering the Pope talked about it, it must be a fairly big problem that do this using ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
Which, I like to believe that if there is a god, that he does not communicate to ChatGPT and would just talk to people.
No, definitely not.
I'm wondering though, can you teach AI religion?
Well, you can teach them the teachings. Like you can ask probably every AI model about Christianity or about Buddhism or about the Islam, and it will probably know what's written in those books.
Well, it can predict the letters that follow based on the context that it must be from those books.
Yes.
It doesn't actually know anything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
it doesn't.
Speaking of which,
you get a
one person
AI.
that said, according to ChatGPT.
Wait, are you talking about? Are you talking about
Yes.
Dubai?
Yes.
Yeah, no, we're getting to that, Yoram. But you returned, and I had to mention this to you because I thought it was one, kind of funny, and two, a little concerning that apparently AI has come that far that it's being used for religion.
I actually watched a well, I guess it's like a reporter, right?
Yeah.
Who was reporting on people using AI for therapy, and apparently that's a thing.
I would not recommend that because AI models usually are way too agreeable.
Yes, that is the main concern that psychiatrists actually like say.
Yeah.
But there are very much also positives.
Well, yeah, of course, the fact that it is agreeable to a traumatized person or something could be very comforting.
Yeah, so in theory, it could very much be possible if you specifically design one to set boundaries.
The issue with it is if you start having darker, intrusive thoughts, a lot of AI models still agree with you with those things. Like murder. Like, well, I don't know about murder, but suicide has increased because of AI.
Impersonal.
Yes.
Which I don't think will help in the long run.
The other thing is, if you are traumatized, or well, I guess you don't necessarily need therapy for that, for trauma, there's like more reasons to, but often human contact is kind of important, and if you're gonna use an AI, you're gonna lose that, which in the end I think would just make things worse.
Yeah. So a more worrying thing that I also was it the same person?
I don't know. I don't know what you watched.
Anyway, people have relationships with it. No, I think there was a game in their video actually.
Of all things?
Yes.
That's what we're talking about on this podcast now. Like, I know we're not high quality, but like that's a new low right there. But continue.
You mean the subject or the source?
The source.
source.
The source isn't too bad.
I mean,
He is very thorough with his, well, with what he shows and what he talks about. Surprisingly.
whatever. Continue.
Well, it's mainly just viewing like Reddit posts of people who are saying that they're doing this, so it's fairly credible-ish.
Right. That sounds great.
It's a weird thing that's happening.
You mean?
But
You
AI
mean having
relationships have been a
relationships with
thing for a
AI?
long time.
Yes, I just didn't realize how far people are going.
Well, I remember a couple years ago, before this whole AI thing even was a thing, that at school, we were technically not in class, it was like during break, but we were in a classroom because of COVID, that I read the news and discovered that somebody was forcibly, like, disconnected from their wife that they married to,
Yeah,
because that was a hologram.
A guy married a hologram, then the
And the
software got
hologram,
updated,
the
and he got
hologram
locked
broke.
out. Meaning, they technically killed his wife.
Like, why after...
I don't know if kill is the right word.
After hearing that,
Well,
is it really surprised people fall in love with an AI that actually, speaks?
Well, how many ads have you gotten on YouTube?
Let me go to YouTube right now.
They basically are advertising an AI without limits.
Let
Which,
me
first of all,
see.
that's definitely bullshit, because if you have an AI without limits, you can ask it the most heinous shit you can think of, and it will happily generate an image. But from the short amount of time I've seen those ads, because I immediately just try to get rid of them as quickly as possible because they look like shit. Like,
yes,
they are somewhere in between the AI we currently have and that one video of Will Smith eating spaghetti.
What?
A long time ago. That was a video, like, very bad AI of Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it looked just terrible. Because this was the moment AI still,
on my own PC, I don't get them.
Would regularly do people with, like, 6 fingers, 3 hands.
Right. Well, it still does that occasionally. It's not as bad anymore.
Yeah, but it was in a time period where it continuously did that. That's when that video was made as well. Like, when you could barely recognize people. But it was somewhere between that and what we currently have with AI that's scarily good at recreating images. That is the state of that AI, of those ads.
I don't get those ads on my personal computer. I definitely do get them on my work PC, though.
You mean the one where you basically have no cookies and aren't really...
I'm logged in, so you would think it would do the same.
I guess so.
But apparently not. Anyway, should we move on to the news of the week?
Yes.
The explosive news?
Yes.
The explosive news that
Yeah.
is costing a lot of people their lives.
Yeah.
Or at least not that many, but
well, one in
definitely
particular is very much dead. But
yeah, but he got hit on the
probably.
first
Well,
day.
they say he's alive, right?
No,
they claim, but if you've seen the footage,
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
no, they've officially.
Hold on, we get our news
officially
from
said
the
that
same
he's
source.
I know.
No, they've already said that he, like, the first day, the U.S. at least claimed he was dead, and a day, but then they denied it, and a day later, they officially, like, the rest actually officially accepted, like came out and say, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it
dude,
basically took a day
have
for
you
them
been
to say,
okay?
yeah.
Joe, have you seen the footage?
No,
No,
well,
you need to
some
be
of it.
fucking Omni-Man to survive that shit. Like,
I know his entire. I guess they just
Yeah,
bombed his house.
I guess the Omni Man has survived that. Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I haven't
Like,
watched it. Still need
we
to.
but
should
what we're
still
talking.
watch
I
it at some
know.
point.
For context, what we're talking about here is Iran.
Yes, I forget the
And
guy's name, but they're
there's, I think, spiritual leader and everything.
well, more than
Or leader of the
that.
country
He's
as
there.
well.
He was what's the word? Why is the word fucking sitting for me? I almost said
Yeah.
Titan. It's not a Titan. That's not it. The fuck? I should know this word. It's just Greek for king. That's all it is. That doesn't.
Don't look it up.
That doesn't help.
Was it Aito? Or
Tyrant.
something?
That's what it is.
Tyrant. Yeah. Yeah, like the first day, his entire house, like he was just at home. His entire house just got bombed
Yes.
because U.S.
Yes, and it is another situation that is a little complex. Because on the one
Yes.
hand, it's probably for the best that that guy's gone, especially seeing the reactions of the people. But
Iran
maybe
has-
Trump could have, like, you know, sent an,
Like Iran
sent
has
an
been falling
email.
apart. Well, Iran has been falling apart for like the last couple of years.
Well, yeah, but
Like just having a water crisis, food,
you know,
housing, it was crumbling already. Like it wasn't going well.
yeah.
But this is sort of just
But this is just like what happened in fucking like in Venezuela, where it's like Trump just kind of decided to do it without
yeah.
letting letting NATO know.
He didn't. Yeah, they didn't let anybody know. They just suddenly bombed his house and basically started a war there.
Well, he technically committed a war crime, I'm pretty sure,
Yep.
because starting a war
Because he's
is
part
a war
of-
crime.
And because it's part of NATO, that means
Yeah, that's why
Wait,
this
starting
is.
a war is a war crime. How does that work?
It is. I mean, it makes sense. It is the like what the most like what's it called? It's the basically the worst, one, which makes sense.
Yeah, because you started a war, which means you started something that
I mean,
hurts
yes
a
and
lot
no.
of people.
No, it does make sense because if you need to start the war to even facilitate the other ones.
I
Yeah.
guess so.
Like you can't commit a war crime without a war. That is just a crime, which is still illegal. But there you go to your local government instead of over here in The Hague, where you'll be trialed for whatever you did.
Yeah. So when do we get
Depending
Trump
on-
in there?
Never, because he has
No.
money.
Not only that, because of the way politics works, once he's done being a president, the blame
He still-
moves to the next president, which is in
Yeah.
some instances makes sense, and in others is complete dog shit.
Like for socioeconomic stuff,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like if he fucks things up and gets, you know,
That's also a thing here in the Netherlands. Like, if a minister here fucks something up, you know,
yeah, then the situation goes to the next one.
they leave, and then suddenly the next person is responsible. And since we have new ministers every 4 years,
Not by design, we should clarify.
it is by
But
design.
yes.
Well,
Yes, by design, because
4
we
years-
vote every 4 years.
Well,
The
it's
4
never
years
been
is a
4
design.
years in
Ever-
like the last 4
ever-
years.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
fair.
but that's because pure incompetence. from the voters as well as the
Oh yeah,
government
okay.
itself.
I'll guess we get to Geert in a little bit.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. We do need to talk about it. Yeah.
What is that clown done this time?
But can we stick to NATO for a moment? Because
Yep,
did you
we
see
have
what
we have
Rutte has
Rutte
said
there,
about
so
it?
what has he said about it?
So, if for the people who don't know, Rutte, former Dutch prime minister and now leader of NATO, has claimed that NATO supports this.
Ah,
Which, again, yeah, stopping the tyrant, sure, but doing it without letting people know and, just kind of doing it on your own.
I mean, we are talking about the country that can deploy a Burger King anywhere in the world within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
it doesn't even stay with Iran as well.
No, because they started firing all over the place.
Yeah. Also, they.
I mean, I
pretty
guess it
much
was still
blocked, like,
technically aimed at America because they were all like American army bases, as
well,
far as I
also,
know.
I think a British base has also been hit.
Oh, well, I guess NATO then, like NATO army bases.
Yeah, but also, they now have blocked like 25% of like oil trade
Oh,
because it goes through a piece of like a little strait
yeah,
that's right at their border, which means
yeah, I know.
fuel is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck finding any place that will have fuel under €2 now per liter here. Like, you're not getting that anymore. Which sucks because fuel prices were already sky high. I'm willing to take public transport if they actually improve it
Yeah,
to a point
but
where
like,
it's really usable.
my little brother was stuck today in the train as well.
Like, how difficult is it to get a train system up and running?
Well, this time
Well,
was
we already
because
have that.
someone jumped onto the rails, but
Did the train make contact?
yep.
Or was he in the train that made the contact?
Nope.
Well, then you got lucky.
He says this
Just
like
being
this
in
is like the most casual thing happening every day.
It basically becomes that after you've witnessed it once. Then it's just...
Actually, okay, apparently if something happens once, it's normal.
Exactly.
No, what I'm saying
that's
is...
how that works. That makes sense.
Well, so by Jules'
saying is-
logic, being married to an AI is apparently normal.
Definitely.
No.
We've come full circle again.
But like...
Can we make that a goal each
For some
episode to at some point loop back to the to the start? Because it's happened
To,
multiple times.
dating AI.
To AI relationships.
No. Just looping back to something that happened like somewhere at the start of the episode because it's happened multiple times.
We're always doing that.
Yeah,
Unintentionally,
it happens
mostly.
a lot.
If I had a nickel for every time we jumped back...
No.
I don't know how many we would have actually because it happened more than twice.
We'd be rich.
Anyway, okay,
Then
now
we could do this full time.
I think now we could talk about wilderness. Is there?
To be fair, I don't know if I would want to do this full time, but you could.
Only
just
if it
talk-
makes real buck.
Just talking about whatever and making money off of that.
Yeah. But
And if we just continue looping back, we get money each time we do. Infinite money glitch.
But is there anything else we need to talk about regarding Missiles.
Well, Formula One might have problems with the start of their season,
Oh right,
considering
yeah.
they have slowly been moving due to, of course, the money that comes in from the Middle East towards the Middle East.
Okay.
So,
But Middle East do Middle East things.
Well, just stop watching
yeah,
then.
no, because
Well,
cargo
there's your
grew.
problem then.
Well, that is indeed part of the problem, yeah.
I kind of
But
liked
also,
a couple years ago now. People had a thing about this, where it was like, why do we still support countries that like, they all these like sports events they like go to all these stupid countries. Why do we still support? And he was just like, what if just the NOS just stopped paying? There we go. Now you can't watch it. Now it doesn't make a profit.
yeah. But the problem is money. As per usual. Company makes money from it. Company will keep making money from it.
NOS does not make money from it. In fact, I recently learned that NOS loses a shitload of money on it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about stuff like Formula One.
Yeah, I know.
Like they make
Well, yeah,
shit ton of money
Yeah, they make money.
racing in Middle Eastern countries on circuits that are shit. But
well, you
what
go lay
people
the
have been
roads
talking-
then.
what people have been talking about, well, the racing shit. But what people have been talking about with, all these problems is what you could do is bring back older circuits as a replacement. Like circuits that
You
were
know,
scrapped for this year.
That's probably
Because
just a
of-
better idea anyway, because it would save money.
Well, it is in Europe. Well, they've already fixed the issue that I've had with them for the last couple of years, where they switched from like going from continent to continent week after week. They switched to like a European part, a American part, to North and South America. They switched from hopping continents to just doing per continent. But they had a race in Europe, then in Canada, then in Europe again. But they fixed that, which makes sense. Because why would you go from the first part of a European leg to Canada for one race, back to Europe? Yeah, hopefully they resolve the situation in the Middle East with decent speed in a proper and peaceful way instead of just bombing each other.
It's the Middle East. That seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. You know how much shit has happened in the Middle East, Jewel? Have you read the Bible?
Which time frame do
was-
you want?
That was because that was
That is
part
in the
of-
Middle East
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Because it basically,
and like
Like,
the
it has
top of
n-
Africa every once in a while.
Yeah, like remember when God decided that like 5 cities were not allowed to exist? That was there.
but like, when hasn't it been chaos there?
Well, apparently never. Apparently that's always been the case.
Like, there's always some group of people fighting another group of people over land.
Or God.
Yeah, but religion can often be used as an excuse for war.
True. Anyway, now we can talk about Wilders.
Yay!
Yeah, because apparently Jules doesn't know this.
Okay, Jules.
Do you not watch like Lubach religiously?
No, I have a life. I have a job.
So do I. I just
work
put it up in the
5 days.
background while I'm doing my job.
I work 5 days a week instead of 4.
I watch it during my job.
Yeah,
on
I
work
don't
days.
because I have better things to do, like my job.
So do I. I do my
Why are you watching
because I do
something?
my job and then I put it up like in the back.
I guess.
Anyway,
Apparently, this is a very complicated
yeah, like what the fuck?
thing.
Anyway, so what happened, Ju, is that a little while ago, some members of his party left. And now they have revealed they went to the media, which is unheard of for that party. And they've
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's why they left.
and they reveal it's kind of part of it, yeah. And they have revealed some stuff about Mr. Wilders.
Wait, didn't he use the like the threat that he was facing during the elections? Or before that, when they were all just doing their campaigns to gain voters? Didn't he somewhat fake that?
What?
I think I saw one article about that. I have to look it up. News.
Well, there is something about the election time.
Yeah, so apparently it's kind of because of Wilders that Wilders lost.
Wait, he caused his own loss?
Kind of, yes.
No.
So what happened is that apparently he doesn't like going to debates, and because of that he skipped out on a couple, which Yetta then, replaced him for, which led to him having a lot of followers. On top of that, he was apparently very dismissive and just kind of rude to his, his co-workers, like his party members.
Yeah.
Like literally, one of them told that she went on holiday, landed with the plane in on her vacation destination, and was immediately
From back home. She came back home.
Oh, I understood it that she was that it was literally a during her vacation. Anyway, first thing that happens is that she is called if she can do some shit. Unnecessary.
Just getting back.
Unnecessary shit.
After just getting back from vacation.
Yep.
That's just rude.
So
Like, you don't.
yeah.
Those are not good working conditions.
Yeah.
And working conditions are incredibly important for work.
Usually.
Who would
Really?
have thought?
Really now?
So there's
Yeah,
that.
if you've. Let's see if I can find it.
I don't know if there's anything else to say about it, but
Where is it? Yeah. Apparently, during his campaign. Yeah, in order to keep him out of those debates that he didn't want to go to, he basically made up the excuse that he was threatened.
I don't think that's an excuse. I fully believe
No,
that.
he was threatened, genuinely.
Yeah.
He just used the excuse for way too long.
He basically started using the excuse to get out of to not have to do debates.
He
And
used a
that
lot
is
more.
an
That's
asshole
another
move.
thing that came out. The excuses. that he didn't come up with. He had a party member come up with them, apparently.
Oh yeah, that as
Of
well.
course.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let me guess. The party member used AI.
I don't know.
Oh, he should have.
That would have actually been hilarious.
Wow.
Like I've asked the party member to do it, but that party member used AI to do it. So now it's extra shit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that happened as well.
Yeah. Also, speaking of if we circle back once again, because we can do that. Apparently, I have to scroll down for this a little bit. Gammon, where are you, article? There. During like the conclave stuff for like in order to choose a new pope, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of them was caught having a phone,
Oh,
which is strictly forbidden.
is it?
Yes, it's supposed to be. It's one of the most secret things.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess yeah. I guess it makes sense.
So of course you're not allowed to have your phone. It was caught with a phone. Apparently it was like, whoops, and sort of got probably told to not do it again anymore, and that was it.
I think this is
Like, he
old.
didn't
I think
really-
I have heard about this before.
He didn't really go like full on angry. Was like, whoops, forgot, my mistake. Which I guess it can happen if you just forget that you have a phone in your pocket or something. Because they actually, the way they found it was the fact that they actually got like, they have jammers, because of course they have, and they detected a signal. Like they detected a phone signal coming from a phone, because phones often give off a bunch of data at all times, because guess what? They always listen to you. Big surprise. Especially if you use a voice assistant, because they listen all the time. That's why they can respond.
Don't use voice assistants. They're so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, if you think about it, right? You're basically asking some. Like, we had we don't have it hooked up, we haven't hooked it up in years. Like, it's something I got for a Google Home for my birthday.
Okay.
Gift from my dad, of course. I'd say a bit of a weird gift to give a child. But it
That
pretty
seems just like
much-
a gift for him, to be fair.
that's just the way my dad
mean-
works.
Nah,
Like-
you were old enough to leave home.
Well, the thing is with the Google Home, it's
No, he
basically a
wasn't.
voice assistant, like a. Not sure what the Amazon version is called, or like Alexa, basically. It is
Yeah.
something like that. However, if you mute it and then you try to talk to it by saying, "Hey Google, turn off this PC," or turn off the lights. If this works with someone, I'm
Hey,
gonna
Google.
laugh.
Turn off the lights. Set the mood.
But if you said, "Hey Google," when it was, when you've muted it, it would say, "Sorry, I'm muted."
Ah!
The fuck you are? How can you hear me say that if you are like?
No, if
You're not
it's
supposed to
muted, it can
hear.
still listen. It just can't respond. Except it apparently does.
No, it's like supposed to be like in a way that it can't, hear you anymore. And yet, if you tell it something, if you ask it, it will tell you that it's muted or doesn't listen anymore. How does it know that? It has to listen to do that. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have of news? Oh, Village even said that he didn't abuse the threat. Like, he didn't abuse that for too long. I mean, if you don't want to do debates, just say I don't want to do that. Just the easiest thing to do is
You
just
don't want to do
be
debates, don't go into fucking politics.
fair point.
But the thing is, Willis is actually good at debating, though. Like, if he has something to work with, not his own bullshit points, but if he actually has something to work with, he is actually really good at debating.
He's very good at
So if he
giving
wasn't himself,
counter
he would have been
arguments.
good, is what you're saying.
Have you seen him like debate about stuff that is like actually possible?
No, I do not on the regular watch
Well, me neither.
Tweede Kamer debatten.
Me neither, but I've seen it before. He also was the teacher for Rutte.
Yes, which is ironic because Rutte is probably one of the better politicians we had.
Like, yes, he
Considering.
made his fair
Yeah,
share of mistakes
Yeah, depends on how
during
you
his
want to look at
years,
it.
but he did have something that Yetta also has a little bit of, which is just the ability to get people together. Which I guess we've really met. I guess Dick Schoof didn't have at all. He was sort of invisible. He basically blended in with the furniture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with Yetta, we hopefully they actually manage, because I feel like this government still isn't gonna last. Like I feel like
It
it could
might.
fall at any moment in time
It might. We'll see.
because they
It
have a
doesn't seem very
minority.
likely.
I mean, who knows? We've never had one that's like smaller. So who knows?
It's a
Maybe it's
minority
a
though.
good idea.
I doubt
Like,
it.
I don't know.
they
I
have a
think there are
minority,
other
meaning
countries that do have a similar thing, and that it works
Yeah, but
there.
they have agreeable politicians.
Well, that's fair. I recently saw
yeah,
Did Was It News? It's if you don't watch it, it's like also another satire program. But one of them made kind of a good point where it's like it is kind of our fault because we are so critical of everything now, right? Like we really only note on bad things. Of course nobody wants to be a politician, and the only people that do are fucking crazy.
because you have to deal with a bunch of bullshit and everything's bad and
Yes.
everything's going wrong.
So he was like, maybe if we also sometimes actually speak positively, maybe we'll get some actual rational people back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if people
that
use
makes
their
sense.
critical thinking skills.
So, Jules, I don't think you heard Jim here.
Yeah, I know people lack that a lot. People just don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think he understood.
No.
But it's also the fact that the voters
You know, I
are
think Joe
responsible
would do
for.
well as a politician.
Yes, just ignore the question.
Yeah.
Go talk about your own stuff.
You can just during every debate, if it gets slightly difficult, you can
every
just be
debate,
like,
hey guys,
during
have you
like,
seen this car for sale?
if it gets slightly difficult, you just start complaining about traffic.
That
Yeah.
as well.
You can just be like, yeah, sorry, I'm
Or-
slightly distracted because someone nearly hit me on the way here.
No, because people weren't using their fucking
They were.
indicators again.
Yeah, and then we get like uh
2 hour
respect for
rant.
collega Bush.
Yeah.
Well,
Because he couldn't show
I
up to
have.
the debate today.
He didn't show up. Why? He crashed because somebody didn't use their indicator. You can tell that I'm really bothered by it as well because how difficult is it to move your hand?
I'll be right there with you, quoting Senator Armstrong.
Oh
Like,
no.
What?
how
He
difficult would it be to set up a political
he
party?
admits himself, I don't write my own speeches, so we can probably get away with it.
Yeah. Oh, probably let's ChatGPT do it.
I love that is completely off topic, but I love that he says that because it's like, you know,
Oh,
how did you ever get
he is
how
basic.
did you ever get elected? I don't write my own speeches.
That is basically how some politicians
Yeah,
get
like
you know
yeah, that is some
elected.
that's some good commentary.
Like, I feel like it's more aimed towards the American system, but
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dude, Armstrong is the most American person ever.
it basically counts for every country.
Kinda, yeah. Well, but mostly
Like,
American if you combine it with all of his other stuff.
yeah. I mean, we are getting elections in a couple weeks as
Oh,
well.
right, I forgot. I have
But
my
for
pass
like,
for it, like, right here.
I should probably look into all the parties
Yeah. Yeah, well.
because what I'm also going to do with the next like national elections is just look at all parties instead of
These
just
are
the
not
ones that I
national
think.
elections. These are the smaller ones, Joel.
Yeah, but still, I should apply the same tactic of looking at every single party, even the ones I personally don't align with, to see what their points are. Because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe they have an actual valid point.
So, the way I usually do it,
Maybe compassion for other road users.
usually I
Yes.
do, like, you know those tests you can do that, like, give you a bunch of
Yeah,
parties
those
that kind of align?
tests.
I kind of do those, and then I kind of check what comes out of there. I'll check, like, the 5 at the top. And that actually, during the last elections, gave me a completely different answer than I thought it would. Not the thing, me looking into it afterward.
Yeah, because often like you also have to think a little bit realistic.
Yeah,
Like you can't just expect them to magically pull billions out of their ass
yeah,
to fund anything.
yeah.
Like you have to think, where is this money going to be coming from? And 9 times out of 10, it will be from welfare or health stuff, or schools.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, that's where the money will be coming from. Because that's
Yeah,
always where
like,
they get
and
the
then
money
and
from.
then they say everything is gonna be coming from educate, or not from education, from innovation, but then they don't invest anything into innovation.
Yeah,
This
which is
is
something I've
real.
also
This has
noticed.
happened before in the Netherlands.
Yeah, like that's something I've also noticed. The lack of innovation over the last like 10 years. Like if you think about it, we've had over the last like from 25 to 2015 a lot of like new and weird technology pop up, especially in the field of electronics. But during the last, if you take a look at phones, for example, if you look at like phones from 10 years ago, there was a bunch of innovation with like Samsung had the Edge that they added to their phone, which was this little curved edge on your phone that you
I
could use
mean,
for.
at this point, what would you add to a phone, though?
Yeah,
Well,
you're saying like,
you
oh,
could
there's
have.
Because
this new revolutionary product, and it happens to be almost fully developed.
because at this
You can
point,
also
buying a completely new phone, I do not understand that people spend that kind of money because it is such bullshit.
like
Like, what
Yes.
are
the
you gonna do
specs
with
have.
a better camera on a phone? Just buy a camera at that point.
Well, phone cameras have gotten quite good, but also just like the specs. Like, sure, they've gotten better, but I don't. It isn't really, you know, groundbreaking. It's just like, oh, here I have a slight improvement over the previous model. And also the speed at which new models come out has increased, especially with Apple basically releasing a phone every year.
Yeah, okay, but Apple is like a true scam at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard people describe it as a fashion brand at this
I
point.
mean, it is.
It is.
You know what the worst part is? My niece is
A lot of
into it.
people are,
There's a lot
yeah,
of people into it.
I know. Please stop.
like it costs a lot of money. The ecosystem is designed to keep you with the brand by making it non-compatible with any other brand at all.
Okay, I've been getting this ad for a phone. I don't even know what phone it is, but when I saw it, I was like, what they market there as something new, right? Has existed for
Yeah.
years. So you know those screen protectors that like make it so that only you can see the screen if you look at it sideways, then
Oh,
you
I
don't
know
see it.
exactly. It's a new Samsung phone. I know exactly
It
what you're
might
talking
be,
about.
and I was they
Where they have a
market that and they just took that and just integrated it into the phone itself, and apparently that is revolutionary.
those privacy screen
Yes.
protectors which only allow you to look at it from straight on,
So like
not at an angle, meaning the person next to you
yes.
can't see your screen.
So like
So you can look at porn in peace.
but that is just like wow. Innovation. You integrated existing technology. It probably took you
Well,
like 3
you can
minutes to do.
you can also do it. Well, it isn't like code you have to do it with the actual screen itself.
Yeah, it is.
But they also allow it for just notifications, which is a decent addition, meaning you can hide your texts. Unless you're looking straight at your screen, then you can see them. And in the ad, they sort of market it as you wanting to surprise a friend with together with someone else, and you are sort of like they text you while the friend is right next to you. Then you can hide your message so they won't see it.
Yeah.
Sure, that works. But it's all but I feel like a lot of people are just going to abuse it to well, not really abuse it, but more like use it to look at private stuff, like real private stuff that shouldn't be seen by other people.
I mean,
To look at that,
that's their right, I
yeah, I guess so. And I guess we won't be seeing it because,
guess.
but then it can be even more lazy with screen protectors. Because you won't need to add one of those. It's built into your phone.
That means that if it breaks, too
You're not
bad,
seeing
I
shit.
guess.
You're not seeing shit anymore. Haha. Yeah, I'm really hoping for some actual technological advances in the near future. We likely won't get those, but a man can dream or invent.
Yes, why are you complaining? Just go build it.
Just we're engineers, we can engineer it, even though we have zero experience.
I mean, we have 0 experience.
I mean, I'm just starting to learn coding.
With making
Like,
phones.
yeah, like we have not manufactured a single phone before, much less
Um,
a circuit
no,
board.
no, no. That's probably fair.
Like we have zero experience with making the circuitry. I mean, a case design we can do. Like that's something manageable, right? It's just that as soon as you go any deeper than that, like, the screen, the actual functionality of the phone, yeah, that's where we're gonna fall. Especially if you still have to get software involved. But let's get back to the news then, shall we?
I mean, yeah, we've been going for over an hour. We
I
end
just
it.
wanted one more thing.
Okay.
One more thing. Apparently, in the UK, near Manchester, they found a century-old wine cellar.
Oh,
Apparently, a sinkhole appeared on a golf course because a golf course. There are ways to space, but just buy a Wii, play Wii Sports or Switch Sports. If you want a newer version, play golf there, but don't waste that much land. But yeah, wine apparently central wine cellar.
hmm.
I guess it's
So,
fitting that it's on a golf course.
so surely when that sinkhole appeared, someone took the opportunity and got a hole in one on it, right?
I hope
Like,
so.
seems easier to hit.
Yeah, this massive hole
Yeah.
still misses.
I don't know if it's massive.
If you sinkholes are this one looks pretty big, also a little bit dug out, but because of course
Well, yeah.
after they found out that there is indeed a wine cellar, then they are of course gonna dig it out to try and get a solid entrance instead of nothing.
Yes.
Oh, it's an actual brick construction underground.
Well, yeah, of course. If it's a cellar.
Yeah, but it's like just entrance. They have like a brick arch.
Yeah.
Because flat building horizontal with bricks is difficult if you have to bridge a gap. That's why old bridges have arches, because arches support themselves. You can use technically you don't even have to use any type of adhesive or thing to glue or any way to bring it together. If you have an arch, you can just stack it in such a way that it will lock itself. And especially if you throw like an entire wall around it, then it really locks itself in place. But that was pretty much the thing I want to talk about.
All right.
Does anyone have anything else?
I don't think so.
Then I do have one other thing.
I don't believe so. No.
We're not experts.
But we were here.